Hello everyone, welcome to another Blue Hat SEO series episode. Blue Hat here means opportunist SEO. If someone else uses it in another meaning, at least I can tell that this is the meaning that I am using it. So in this specific video, we will focus on a SaaS project. It is monolingual and mono-regional. It is not affected negatively from any of the latest updates. This is also because I launched my content later than the usual. This is one of the things that I always do. When I launch semantic content networks, you should choose a proper date to be able to publish them. Another thing that people always ask me that if you started to publish these specific content networks, would you continue to publish them during the major updates? If I didn't start to publish it earlier, no, then I wait until the update has been finished. But if I see that actually I published it earlier than the update, and if the update continues, and if my first publication actually started to create a kinds of attraction, I continue to publish it. In this case, you can see the 3 different gradual publication. There are, of course, a few problems here. All of the articles are published without any images. There were some missing other internal links, and articles are not added to the homepage. If you watch my previous case studies, if you are part of my Topical Authority course, or if you are part of our community, you should know that there is something that I call the quality node, which means that these specific articles and web documents, they are way much more quality than any other document. We put them to the homepage so that the search engine, once they come to the homepage, they can find these most quality articles and they can start to change their judgment about the website. In this case, since the quality notes were not added into the homepage, the initial rankings came later than we expected. Like I was expecting it in 3-4 days, but it came like after 15 days. If you put these things to the homepage, it's better. Second thing is the images. If you don't have any image, you won't be getting actual Google Discovery traffic at all, or your initial rankings will be lower than expected. When it comes to the ranking, usually you have 2 phases. One is initial, the other one is re-ranking. These are also from my own framework. The initial ranking, if it is bad, the ranking will be affected from that, and it will be slower as well. So that's why I try to get all the initial ranking advantage as much as possible. With that said, this is a 3 months comparison. More than 300% increase happened. You can see the average position changes and differences here as well. This is the last 6 months it should be. Yeah, last 6 months comparison here. We have like again 300% increase in the last 6 months. The average position has been even increased over 100%, and here you see that this is the year-over-year comparison for the 3 months. You see the differences. Another thing that you should understand here is that all the articles on this specific website has been written by my own team based on the algorithmic authorship. The algorithmic authorship has mainly over 200 rules in it, but most of the time I am implementing only 32 of them. I will be including these algorithmic authorship rules in my course in the future by democratizing them further and further. In my first Saigon speech, I mentioned some of them. For instance, I don't start sentences. Let me just write here, don't start sentences with if. For instance, this is one of the rules that I have. The second one is don't use the word also. Or another one is, let's say, give the statement first, then the condition. Another one is don't use nested statements. For instance, don't skip the specific attribute in the query, and measure, let's say, the vocabulary gap between queries and documents. So there are methodologies behind this, and this year when I actually started to publish the Topical Authority 2.0, I will be starting to give my community agents to be able to implement some of these things, but still it will take time, of course. Basically, to be able to understand how these things are ranking, despite most of the websites are being crushed during the latest updates, you should understand these algorithmic authorship rules. I call it algorithmic authorship because we changed the writing rules according to the Google's algorithms. Mainly, the SEO is mainly about math. If the algorithms don't get your content, you won't be able to get an opportunity to be in front of the user. This is the third-party results. You should understand that one angle here is actually ranking over 30,000 queries. To be able to go over the next ranking stage, you should have this amount of queries, and it requires you to have enough level of web documents that are connected to each other. These are the SEMrush results. You can see that. 2, I suggest you to check my SaaS SEO case study to understand overall structure of the SaaS projects. There are 2 projects in this case study, but earlier I have published maybe more than 12 or 13 SaaS projects until now, whether Gymdesk or whether Valso or other type of websites too, or Yam, for instance, again. Try to check these case studies to be able to understand if you are in the SaaS industry. I will be examining now the topical map of this specific project. I decided to keep my videos quick as much as possible. You should understand that this project is unique and it might go also to the course. Second thing is that I can publish this case in the future one more time, because this project is mainly about site migration. And in my LinkedIn newsletter, if you join, I promise you that you won't regret. And in my LinkedIn newsletter too, multiple times actually, I explain some of these concepts as well. Sorry for this. If your name has been appearing in the video, forgive me. I don't spend that much time for video editing. So in one of these, it is about ranking signal transition. Basically here, by the way, this website is also in the SaaS case study. It was Sunnyvale. We transferred it to the zenarmor.com. And here I have given you some rules if you want to actually change your ranking state or protect your rankings as much as possible with the same content. We increased or we doubled our traffic with the same content on a different domain. The brand new domain ranked higher than the first domain. In this case, the main thing here is that we have over 17 websites that we will be actually migrating to the main website, and how to implement it with the semantics. The first thing here is that if you start to merge multiple websites to a single website, it should make sense to search engine semantically. They should have mutual pages, mutual topics, mutual contextual phrases, and historical data. To be able to provide that type of a mutuality between these domains, I created actually a specific type of landing pages for the brand C. Let's say this is kiosk.com. In this case, this specific website here, it has a landing page in the main website, and the main website starts to rank also for this site C. The site C also has some other existing pages, and this required me to do a content pruning directly. It means that I have cleaned all these existing domains. I told the owner that which pages will be deleted and redirected to the homepage of the main domain, and which pages will be moved as is. And we created a redirection map for that. In this case, this specific domain, for instance here, it is already pruned and it is ready to be migrated. Once it is migrated, the homepage will be redirected to homepage always. It's a rule for site migration and ranking signal transition. The second thing is that the sub pages, for instance, the main landing or the pricing page, it is going here directly. This allows me to actually transfer all the brand identity to a single part. I also created a structured data to actually represent my main website as the main organization. The others became the child organization. I also started to mention my main website in their social media. And I also directly stated that this sub company has been owned by the main company in the About Us page and the footer. And also I started to use crypto redirects and some other type of redirects between these domains. So once the full migration happens, since I planned it, I will be publishing it as well. When it comes to the other part of the topical map, you should understand one more thing. If there are some existing pages here, and if this existing page directly goes to the main domain, and if there is no connection between this main website's subcategories and the moved existing pages, then again you will be losing your rankings. That's why I expanded my topical map in the existing website, so that when I perform this migration, I can directly add internal links to these moved pages as well. I will be able to show the documents directly in my course, because the main reason for that is these documents belong to a specific company and also to my company as well, and giving it publicly wouldn't be that much right, to be honest. At least this way we are protecting the company and also teaching a big chunk of the community. And when it comes to this area, this green area represents the core section of the topical map. If you don't know what the core section of topical map means, it means that you are not following the case studies as it should be, but basically it means how you make money, what you are, or who you are, or why you are trying to rank for that. We are a church management system. We go for church types. Here we go for the Christianity branches, then the Bible. Actually, you can even imagine that your core and outer section has a kind of intersection when it comes to these area too. Because when we say church management, based on the lexical semantics, you should understand that. Here, for instance, church management. If you have a specific type of church, let's say we have church, let me just take it back. Let's assume here, using this tool sounds happening because I have Mac. Let's say we have X church. In this case, you can bring management here too by combining them to each other. But you shouldn't open a new page for this if there is no enough level of search demand for that. That's why when we say topical coverage, we don't mean opening a new page for every entity. We mean that actually you should bring all these entities to the context of your source. It is a bit not that easy to understand without doing it, but many SEO influencers, without understanding what a topical coverage actually means, they just say that cover this by creating a simple, let's say, list of concepts from ChatGPT, and they try to go for that. Even if that website ranks initially, it will be having some hard time in the future months. So we go for church management, church membership, then the inventory management. You should understand that inventory itself, it is in the outer section. You don't need to prioritize it. You don't need to put that much weight on it. This is not a quality node. When you look at this green area, all of them are actually quality nodes, as I explained. Here too, we go for church website and the web design, but we don't go for church website design. There is not that much query or query search demand for it. That's why I go for this. It is connected to here too. Then here we have church accounting, then the accounting. If you create this one, for instance, it means that you are going for a little bit another subject. And the websites that are ranking already for this specific subject here, let's say there are some websites that are clustered under this specific topic, they already have a huge amount of historical data and also a really good amount of relevance. You don't have it, so you shouldn't try to compete against them that much. Then you can actually dilute your relevance to this area. That's why going too broad is not that good. This is actually something that I explained when it comes to the Koray's framework too. We have three principles. One is depth, the also momentum, and also the vastness. Basically, the depth here means you should cover it deeper, you should cover broader concepts, or you should go faster. If you have this, you should have other two. For instance, in this case, let's say cluster. So I believe I explained many things here. And again, I will be announcing one person to support female SEOs as well. Maria Mancha shared her results just for 28 days. She has 800 clicks. If you want to learn something, just try to reach out to her. At the same time, I suggest some movies for our community. I suggest you to definitely watch The Syrup. Definitely watch Coach Carter as well. If you watch this, if you are smoking, don't watch it. If you are not smoking, then you can watch it. It's a safe movie for you. This is also very good, very good movie, to be honest, because as you know, we are approaching SEO in a scientific way, like an academicians and engineers, and this is actually approaching baseball with statistics, with science as well. So it has a similarity with us too. The Social Network you should watch as well. I also suggested The Boiler Room. It would a really good movie for a Friday night if you would like to. With that said, soon our course will be coming out with new lectures, new speeches. In 2023 and 2024, I have made speeches over 6,000 people from the stages. I merged all these speeches to each other. To be honest, it didn't happen before. Every speech that I did actually have been bound to each other. Soon also I will be in Zakopane for performing a workshop, and I can tell that Polish SEOs, they are really great. I would like to share some of these patterns as well. If you join my Telegram channel, I am sharing some patterns there by explaining and giving some suggestions. This is about semantic annotations. Here it says that if you see an ear icon, it means that the web document actually involves a certain type of, let's say, voice or audio. If you see the eye, it means that the specific link there actually represents an image to be opened. This is actually important to understand because search engine tries to understand icons and annotations on the web documents. If you don't have any icon or annotation, visual annotations on your page, it's not that good to try to actually create some visual eye scannable content with these type of extra meanings. It will increase their confidence in that area. This is also important. This is about frame semantics. I explained it many times. Here, if we have a verb like still, for instance, the context directly changes with it. And of course, you will be having certain type of components there. Try to use these things also in your topical map. It will be helpful for you. And again, generic core roles here, it will be something helpful for you to check as well. The last one is for images. I talk about visuality. If you don't have any images on your pages, don't publish them, please. Try to have more relevant pages too. Here you see that actually Mona Lisa as a movie, Mona Lisa as a painting, and directly the context of the lure has been included there. And for here we have the Bob Hopkins or certain type of years and dates. And here we see directly the Eiffel Tower as a landmark, World's Fair, Paris, etc. So the main thing here is that search engine actually knows all of the landmark because they have a project landmark from years ago. They already know any location that you can post online nearly. And most of the movies or actors, actresses, they are already in their knowledge graph in a really strong way. And they have different type of indexes to serve them. But main point here is that by playing with this specific research and design here, you can actually increase your relevance by focusing on some certain type of, let's say, certain type of sections like the source image and the target image, for instance. These are good concepts to understand. Try to check it. Since this is an opportunist SEO project, I won't be going deep. And with that said, see you in the next time. Thank you so much.